Today, Thailand voted in support of a UN resolution against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Meanwhile, the Thai government vows to end forced labor following shocking abuses in the prison system, and police are considering whether to charge all 5 of Tangmo's boat companions with negligence leading to death and making false statements. Details on these stories coming up in this program. You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the top headlines in Thailand and beyond. And in our first story, Thailand voted in support of a UN resolution against Russia's invasion, demanding that Russia, quote, immediately, completely, and unconditionally withdraw all of its military forces from Ukraine. A total of 141 out of the 193 member states voted for the resolution at the UN General Assembly emergency meeting at its New York headquarters. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said in a previous statement that Thailand would remain neutral on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. A government source told the Bangkok Post that the Prime Minister insisted that Thailand will maintain its neutrality. The Post also notes that a statement by the ambassador and permanent representative of Thailand to the UN, Suriya Jindawong, did not mention Russia by name. The statement read, Thailand is gravely concerned with the worsening hostilities and violence as a result of the use of military forces in Ukraine, which has led to the loss of life, including of innocent civilians, and destruction of property and civilian infrastructure. The resolution is not legally binding, but the overwhelming vote denouncing Russia's attacks on Ukraine has been seen as historic. A total of 35 states, including China, Cambodia, and Laos, abstained from the vote, and 5 voted against, including Eritrea, North Korea, Syria, Belarus, and Russia. The Thai government has vowed to end forced labor in the country's prisons following an expose by the Thomson Reuters Foundation. The foundation's investigation revealed shocking abuses in the Thai prison system, with inmates forced to make fishing nets for private companies for as little as 30 baht per month. Some say they did not get paid at all. Prisoners were treated with punishments that included beatings and having their release date postponed. The Corrections Department initially denied the findings of the Thomson Reuters Foundation, but has now vowed to eradicate forced labor and to pay inmates a fair wage if they choose to work. According to officials, newly formed committees will oversee planned reforms in each of Thailand's 143 prisons, setting prison wages in line with the minimum wage of each province. Thailand's minimum wage varies from 313 baht to 336 baht per day, depending on the province. The anti-slavery organization, the Freedom Fund, has welcomed the statement from the Corrections Department, but still has questions. Program advisor Roysai Wongsuban says there's been no word on how the department will guarantee transparency, pointing out that so far no one has been able to gain access to prisoners, and added that the department must be able to reassure international buyers through independent inspections and public disclosure of contracts between prisons and companies. In February, an alliance of human rights groups submitted a petition to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which is the largest federal law enforcement agency in the U.S. The petition called for imports of fishing nets produced by 2 Thai companies to be halted due to their use of prison labor. U.S. law prohibits the import of goods made using forced or prison labor. The Customs and Border Protection Office has the authority to withhold such items and prevent them coming to market. Police are considering whether to charge all 5 of Tangmo's boat companions with negligence leading to death and making false statements. After the actress fell into the river and drowned, one of the men on the speedboat phoned some influential friends to seek advice, according to phone conversation records obtained by the police. In one of his calls, the man admitted that the unlicensed skipper had lurched the boat forward in the water, causing Tangmo to instinctively grab another person beside her, who then reacted from fear of being dragged into the water, resulting in the actress toppling overboard, where the boat propeller cut her right leg and then she drowned. It is, however, not yet known about the exact circumstances on the boat that led up to the lurching forward, causing Tangmo to topple overboard. However, a video filmed that night on her manager's phone before the accident shows Tangmo presumably sitting near the back of the boat. Furthermore, the widely circulated photograph showing Tangmo hugging her manager at the back of the boat that was supposedly taken at 9:56 p.m. on the night of the incident has been proven to be taken much earlier, before the lights of Rama 8 Bridge automatically turned off at 9 o'clock. This would also explain why the water was so dark at the time Tangmo toppled over. It is not clear why the photo's data was changed to reflect a later time.
Join the conversation and have your voice heard. Discuss the issues, share information, and get information. Thaiger Talk is where you keep in touch with everything Thailand. Go to thethaiger.com/talk.
The remains of an elephant missing its ivory tusks were found by national park authorities at a mountain in the southern province of Songkla. Officials suspect the elephant was killed by those involved in the illegal ivory trade. Locals found the bones of the elephant on a mountain in the Pa Kabang Reserved Forest in the province's Sabai Yoi district. National park officers spent hours investigating the area. Reports say the elephant's skull had what appeared to be bullet holes, and the ivory tusks were missing. Near the elephant's carcass, park officers say some trees had been cut to make a temporary bed. Thai media reports that there will be a further investigation to track down poachers and illegal ivory traders. Air quality in Thailand's north and northeast is deteriorating, to no one's surprise anymore, mostly due to the same old reasons, like farmers burning waste and villagers lighting fires in forests. The country's Geoinformatics and Space Technology Development Agency said on Tuesday there were 1,060 hotspots across Thailand. 110 of the hotspots were in Chiang Mai province and 92 were in Lampang. The hotspots are leading to increasing levels of PM 2.5 particles. In addition to farmers burning waste, villagers often light fires in forests while they hunt for animals, pick produce, or clear plants ahead of the rainy season. 301 of the over 1,000 hotspots on Tuesday were in forest reserves, and 254 were in conserved forests. 248 were in farming areas, and 146 were in land reform areas. 104 were in local communities, and 7 were along highways. Even though burning is causing most of the hotspots, the Geoinformatics Agency says it is also concerned about dust levels in surrounding countries, since winds have been blowing dust into Thailand. It said there are over 4,212 hotspots in Myanmar, 2,479 in Laos, and 1,743 in Cambodia during the same time as there were 1,060 in Thailand. On Tuesday, the agency posted a graphic of the hotspots in Thailand on Facebook. To educate the public about Thailand's laws on cannabis, Public Health Minister Anutin Charnvirakul is going on tour with his first stop tomorrow in Surin province. The academic conference will be held from tomorrow until Sunday at the Rashomangala University of Technology, Isan's Surin campus. Thai media say there will be 12 more conferences in various other provinces this year. Anutin has been a vocal advocate for medical marijuana and cultivating the plant for research and health purposes. A government spokesperson adds that cannabis is expected to become a new cash crop, adding that farmers with permission can grow the plant for additional income. At tomorrow's conference, medical workers and cannabis specialists will discuss cannabis for health uses as well as how to grow cannabis. The Public Health Ministry will host more meetings and academic conferences on how to grow cannabis, how to start a business related to cannabis, as well as current guidelines, as cannabis with high amounts of the psychoactive component THC is still illegal. And that concludes our report. Thailand News Today will be back tomorrow. Meanwhile, you're not up to date on the Thaiger.